Morning everybody, and welcome to day 2 of creating a jaw-dropping brand. So today I'm just going to go through what you need to do beforehand before you start worrying about the execution, which we'll go into in the next few days through the training. So something that I work with, so I am a business coach and I work with women from all over the world. I primarily help people to build their brand, create their brand, go really deep, find out what their story is, what's unique about them, and then actually going and creating the physical brand as well. I have a developer on my team, so we can actually create the website and everything for you as well. So if you're maybe thinking that you need a rebrand or wanting to increase your prices or go after a different market, maybe, like a lot of the people I work with, for instance, I've got a wedding planner that I'm working with who's been a wedding planner for years, and she has been approached by people who want to learn from her. So she's going to now use her 12 years experience to teach up-and-coming wedding planners. So we're creating a website for that. So like with photographers, you might want to start doing workshops, or maybe you want to move from doing weddings into doing more portraits. Maybe you don't want to work weekends anymore. So we all get to change. That's what's so great about being entrepreneurs. We get to choose what we want to do with our lives and to create a business that supports that. And that's what I'm really passionate about. I love working with people around this sort of topic. So your first step is, what do you want to do? What do you really want to do? Not what you should do or you think other people think you should do. What do you want to do? So this is the first step, is figuring out what do you love and what would you like to do more of. So first get clear on what you want to do. And think of, what do you love shooting, or what do you love doing, or how do you love working with people? And maybe there's some kind of a new bit of way, a new thing you can add to your business. For instance, my social media marketing company, we do blogging, Facebook, Twitter, social media for people, as well as the blog writing. And then we also do SEO, which is a different service. And then my business coaching evolved from that. And as the business coaching grew, I had to create a standalone brand, because it became, when you have two different audiences, it's really important to create a single brand who talks to one person. You can't use your wedding photography site to talk to people you want to do workshops for. If you think of somebody like Jose Villa, he has Jose Villa workshops and Jose Villa where he talks to his brides. So if you're a wedding photographer in that industry, you'll know who I'm talking about. It's really good to separate and create these niche brands for when you're talking to a specific audience. Likewise, there can be a little bit of crossover, say when it comes to families and weddings, because your wedding clients may turn into family portrait clients. But it's a clearer message. Brides don't really want to come and see families. That's the thing. Yes, it may work the other way around, but when I see people like newborn photographers who just go for that specific niche and that brand, they create a brand around that one thing, they are the ones who are doing really well. So it's something to think about. So the second question, so the first one is, what do you want to do? Your second question is, who do you want to work with? Who is your ideal client? Who's your target market? And it doesn't have to be stiff and kind of very marketing-y. Create a persona around this person. I actually, with one of my coaching clients recently, I recommended that they make a little vision board of that person. You've got these tools online where you can create target market avatars, where you have a little picture and you know who she is and where she shops and what she does. So you could have, I've got a vision board that I'm making now, just more for my dreams and goals and things like that. But you could create a little board for who this ideal client is. Maybe it's a client you've already worked with, but you can, cut out a picture and have a picture there, and does she have a family, where does she live, what does she do, and so that when you start writing the copy for your brand, for your website, for social media, you know exactly who you're talking to. Speak to that one person. You will attract other people as well, so don't worry about that too much, but this is in terms of marketing. It doesn't mean that, you know, if my ideal client is between the ages of 30 and 45 and she's got kids, she has a business, blah, blah, blah. I may work with someone who's 28 or 55, it's okay, but my marketing message has got to be clear. So I encourage you to do that. And then the third thing is, what packages do you offer and at what price point? If you are not clear about what you offer and how much you're going to charge, your confidence won't be there and you won't be able to sell it as easily. I recommend going minimalistic. I used to do this in my wedding business, wedding photography. We just had the time on the day with the images included with one price. When we left the UK, that was £2,250 starting price, and then you could add on an album, and the album only had 20 pages, then you could add on extra pages. And we made our money with the albums and the additional pages that people would add because they loved the images. They wanted more images in there, so we were able to sell more of a product. And so, you know, by the time we left the UK, we were invoicing our clients around £5,000–6,000. When we had started out, we only started around £750. So as you grow and as your business progresses, it doesn't have to take forever, but you have to be clear about what you're offering, be confident, and then have a brand that supports that offering, that package or price point that you want to be at. So the next thing you can do is add some story for personal connection. So I want you to start thinking about stories in your life. What have you been through? What are your experiences? What positions you as the expert? Why you? So I've started interviewing a PR lady who can help me get some press here in South Africa. And I used to do all of my own PR back in the UK, and that worked really, really well for the wedding photography business. So that's something I want to introduce into my coaching business and my social media here locally. And what she said to me was, well, there's so many business coaches out there. What makes you different? Why you? And you have to know that answer and know why you're different. Do you have experience? Are you just, you know, somebody who's 22 who's just learned something and putting yourself out there? Or are you seasoned? And if you are younger, that's okay too. You know, you can use whatever experience you have and talk about it. So maybe you are, like a lot of my clients are usually around over 30, like me. And so we can use the last 10–15 years of experience and really dive deep into what are our life experiences, what are our qualifications, what have we done, where have we been published, all of that. Write all of it down and then talk about it. Make it clear, concise on your actual branding and on social media as well. So you can't be squeamish about that. You have to be proud of what you've done and then be able to talk about it freely. People will love that. So creating a personal brand, nobody has your story. You can position yourself as an expert and just make it clear and easy. So another thing that you need to do is to gather testimonials. Testimonials are absolutely golden. Now, I work with my clients, I give them a very specific way that you need to ask for the testimonials, because there's no good having just cheerleading. That's not ideal, but work on your testimonials, get beautiful pictures of the people that you work with or have worked with you, and add those testimonials. Those are really, really important. So this is all the information gathering that you need to do before you create your brand. So with my coaching clients, we take a little bit longer and we dive into each of these topics fully with worksheets and getting, you know, moving through blocks. And maybe you feel like visibility issues, and all of us have certain levels of this. When I first, I was always comfortable sharing photos, like photos of myself. I'm a photographer, it came naturally to me. Video, that was next level for me. So we all have these like places we feel really good and really comfortable, and then you have to push yourself further. So live streaming and video, or maybe photos of yourself, or whatever, wherever you're at, you need to kind of work through those blocks of like being visible. And when you have clarity about what you're doing, who your target market is, and why you're doing what you're doing, then that visibility becomes easier, because a lot of the kind of thoughts that go through our brain are things like, you know, I'm going to look stupid, I don't know what I'm talking about, and there's someone more experienced than me, somebody, you know, has already done this before, and all these kind of beliefs and kind of narratives that go through our mind that stop us from doing what we really want to do. So this kind of inner work, you know, it's so important. You can't go and create a logo and a website and all that when, you know, like a lot of my clients, they don't even know what they're going to call it yet. Or is it going to be their own name? Is it going to be a brand? Is it going to be a brand name or their own name? This is huge. Like, is your name available as a URL? You know, that'll make a decision for you quickly. So there's all these little pieces that have to be done, and all this beginning work that has to be done before you go and make a website, because a website, like I said before, is not your brand. Okay, so yeah, basically I think that's coming to the end of it, and then I'll do some Q&A as well. If you have questions for me, get ready for that. So yeah, let me see if there was anything else. Basically, it's getting the clarity first, then you execute. So just remember that, clarity first. All the points that I've mentioned, go back and watch this video again. Clarity first, then execution. So yeah, I work with my clients one-on-one as a business coach, and then I have my social media business. My husband still runs a photography business. He did a wedding on Saturday, which is really nice. So we got a beautiful mood board ready. Well, he did it, and we got that out on social media ASAP, so that it was the first thing that people saw. So it's all little things like this that you need to think about, especially in this day and age. So don't forget to join my Facebook group called Build Your Brand Online, and I will see you in there. I'll answer your questions, and I can't wait to interact with you there.